How you been? Since I've been on YouTube. Been good? That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Gonna need my lighter now. I'm gonna have to turn on this light, and everyone's gonna have to see my face. Taking off my shoes. My shoes. Alright, let's do this. Hilarious. What? I was behind the corner already. How the fuck did he get me? The farts. Sorry. Freaking out. Gosh. So, I've been thinking, Mr. and Scannabell, Scannabell. Scandable, Boise, Idaho. Skateabattle, Scandabatle, bagel scan, bagels and cream cheese, it's cream cheese and bagels. There's a gully scum battle you. If you know where to look, you'll find your lighter, dude. I'll find my lighter. I'll find my lighter. I'll find my lighter. I got my lighter. Yeah. Really should have waited instead of moving all around in a bunch and drawing fire. Because should have just stayed where I was. Oh, man. There's a lefty in the flagel. There's a doofy in the fly. If you know where to look, you gotta make a book. You gotta get why, scuba guy. And it's a terrible pondering. To ponder all about. If you know what to look for, try to figure it out. That was my buck, right? Oh, that was nice. Rutabaga, Carvadoo. If you know where it's trying to be, there's a place that you'll know when you go to. Scandabagel, Scandabaggy. Scandabagel, Scandinavia. Scandabagel, Scandinavia. If you don't like people when they try to yell at you. When you avoid confrontational situations, you get no training to do other things. You'll only be a man who thinks that he is gonna win, but you'll think that all the things that they're gonna do. Because you'll be paranoid, paranoid, paranoid. There's a bagel and the cream cheese. Bagel and the cream cheese. Cream cheese and the bagels. Bagel, cream cheese. Bagels and the cream cheese. Vegan cream cheese. Vegan cream cheese bagel. It's a bagel with vegan cream cheese. You freaking piece of stupid nugget. I didn't have a vest on. Shouldn't have ran out there with all that noise. Bagel, cream cheese and the bagel, cream cheese. Bagel, cream cheese, bagel and cream cheese. I need to look at my news stories, my stories for the news. I need to figure out a topic to do because I can't come up with anything because I am an unoriginal bastard. Can't come up with anything on my own. That actually is a topic that people need to understand. It's like a lot of YouTubers, they copy off of each other. They do. They really do. The styles that they look at other YouTubers and try to see what kind of style they have and try to engage an audience, not knowing exactly what they want, but understanding that the way that someone speaks to them makes them feel like they're a smart person or something like that. So it's like, I mean, it's mostly kids that pay attention to these things. Hold on, guys. Cream cheese, bagels, bagels, cream cheese and bagels and cream cheese. Bagels and cream cheese. Did you know when bagels and cream cheese? Bagels and cream cheese. Bagels and cream cheese. Bagels and cream cheese. 416. She went to the store. Okay. Cream cheese and bagels and cream cheese. Cream cheese and bagels and cream cheese. Cream cheese and bagels and cream cheese. Cream cheese and bagels. I need to lay down after about 30 minutes of this because I did some stuff and it was a thing. Squanadoo. Don't do it bad. Make your glad song and stink it better. Remember to breathe with your diaphragm. Then you'll understand you made it better. Better, better, better. To your 5K. 5K followers. That's so cool. You know what else is cool? Blocking the shit out of that. What's even better is reporting it. Because they're actually soliciting me for funds and goods without my knowledge. It's basically like a telemarketer on Instagram. They're gonna realize that there's no money in it, and they'll have to do something legitimate to actually start paying taxes and become a legitimate business. And I'll be that one to show them. But they need to stop acting like getting free followers is the same as getting regular followers, or actually being influential at all. Because it's not. It's not the same. Not the same. such a little bastard. Just loaded more than I did. This is the real shit. This is the real stuff. Oh wait, you gotta read this for your 5K followers. Read this out loud for your 5K followers. If you read this out loud, then you get 5K followers. Wait, it's done because I already done. I already blocked them. Scoobs, Scooby-Dee, Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. That's also another point to which like the reason why the talks kind of broke down is Kim Jong-un is in no way, shape, or form in a position to make demands or any of anything like that. He has to realize that he's in no position. He can't. He just can't. He's making his country poor and cutting it off from the rest of the world except for his buddies that he talks to, which is and sometimes China. Mostly Russia. And, man. People really need to understand that he's a bad dude. Like, he's really bad. Like, just like, oh, this is the reason why. Nobody even wants to touch this with a 10-foot pole or 20-foot pole for that matter. But they need to understand that like that's the reason why you hire a bad dude in presidency. He's a businessman. He's a cutthroat. He's fucking insane as far as business skills go. I mean, and a lot of times what he does is kind of helpful. It's the same stuff that Obama did. Obama kept saying that markets were going to see a rise in something, and if it's a recession and Trump's a part of it, then Obama had something to do with it. And Bush, both Bushes, because we decided that, like, not like completely decided, but like we decided that going to war with other countries and not doing diplomacy would be more profitable. And it is, because you don't have to talk to those people anymore once they're dead or in jail. You don't have to you don't have to say, oh yeah, we'll give you $30,000 of our money because you took somebody hostage and you need money because you had a bad childhood. No matter what kind of bad childhood you had, like, man, for serious, like, don't blame it on the entire world or else you'll go down with like a friggin' like, seriously. He's in no position to make demands. Like, he can't be like, oh, this is the way it's gonna go, and I'm the best. No, you're stupid. Like, I don't get it. Like, don't get it twisted, Kim Jong-un. And yes, I'm speaking straight towards him. You're not like a diplomacy kind of guy. You're more like a hey, let's starve these people out who are opposing me kind of guy. That's your whole reputation. It's a whole thing you're going into as far as things go. So you're not like someone we talk to, like on a daily basis, or like someone we want to talk to on a daily basis, because it's annoying to talk to someone who has people hostage in your country that should be free. So that's the reason why that they didn't. He was probably told to go to the summit, but not give anything up, because that's what happens when you're a stupid piece of shit and you think that you're better than everyone else. It's what happens, Kim Jong-un. It's what happens. It's like, oh, that wasn't me. You had something to do with it. You didn't stop it. And that was your responsibility as a country leader, to stop your brother's assassination. It's like, but I'm only one man. I'm just a helpless young guy. My father did all the bad stuff. I didn't do anything bad. I didn't even know what was going on. I was in a different country, under a different pseudonym. Yeah, okay. Like, you didn't know who your father was. Okay. Neither does a lot of people in America. Or at least my dad didn't know who his dad was. You know what? A lot of times people don't realize this is whatever cause you carry, or like, or thing you're supposed to be doing, or person you're supposed to be learning from. The odds are that if you learn from that person, you're gonna be partial to that person. So that's what he did, and that's who he is. And he's trying to name anonymity, or get some sort of anonymity, and like benefit of the doubt, like he's ever had one. It's annoying, man. It's so annoying when you try to actually talk to someone and all they can give you is mouth service. When you try to tell them that they're a really great person, and if they tried their best to actually do something with their lives and make something happen, then their brother wouldn't have died, because he is the leader, and that's the reason why he died. If he would have treated his people better, then his brother probably would still be alive today. So that's what happens. A lot of people don't realize this. That people can say that John F. Kennedy was like the best president ever, but there were things that he overlooked. There were deals that he overlooked, and probably someone was sour about it, and they hired or did something about it by brainwashing some dude into killing the president. And that's not how you get things done. That's how you become alone. That's how you either kill everyone you know off, and no one will ever be your friend ever, because you have that reputation, or you just become alone because oh, I just shot all my bullets off. Nice. He didn't go down there, so I'm gonna go there. I need to find some bullets. That's what happens, though. And we're getting in for training missions because we're expecting an attack. We're expecting some sort of retaliation as far as everything goes. Either somebody feels sour about it, or someone feels as though that the presidents don't lie, or for some reason. It's like, yeah, transparency. Except for the fact that what I do will probably cause more casualties than actual diplomacy. You know, that kind of stuff. Yep, it's some sort of bullshit. It's not exactly a terrorist attack, but that's what happens when people don't do things. They think that, oh, they're going to get some sort of thing out of it, and they'll just, oh, I'll just move everyone out of there, and then we can explode it. It's like, no, you can't do that to the world anymore. People don't allow it. People don't want it. Then they think that's stupid. Okay, alright, I don't need that in my YouTube stream. Because it's copyrighted, most likely, and I might have to pay for it. If somebody sells a record of it. There he is. I see him. Let's see if I can get him right now. Damn it. I shot him once. That was tight. Pompeo announces something. Announcing. It's his tightening of Cuba embargo. Because the fact that a lot of people don't realize is that Cuba is communist. I wish they weren't, because we'd actually be able to trade more goods with them, and then we'd have harder sanctions on on drugs and a bunch of different stuff that comes out of there, or out of other places and there as well. So that's the reason why. I agree with the president on not giving him anything, because there's a hostage negotiation. It's a hostage negotiation, and he knows it. On everything on that. And not on everything he does on Twitter, because he is an animal on Twitter. He does stupid things and says things that are just offensive. Not like all the time. I mean, and also, I mean, you can post anything you want pretty much on the internet, because there has to be people responsible for everything. It's just like, yeah, if he did child porn, then yeah, he would pay the price just like everyone else in America. But he didn't. He did a fucked up video about people getting hurt, and he didn't do it to hurt anyone's feelings. He did it to raise awareness that people were being stupid. And it's like, oh, but it makes everyone look bad. It makes them look bad. Why is it making them look bad? Because they're doing it. Because they have people that are using their God or their Allah or any kind of person you would expect is using the fact that they believe in God to hurt people, or to say that someone deserves to be hurt. The 700 Club is a piece of shit. The dude from 700 Club is a piece of shit. Like, he literally wanted somebody to get hurt. Like, it meant, granted, he was a terrorist, but obviously you don't want him to die. You want to bring him to justice, because it's a lot simpler than just killing someone off and having that thing come back as some sort of disease. And that's what I believe in a lot of times, is life doesn't truly die. So, like, science can explain magic a little bit. Not the Magic the Gathering, but it can explain cholera, a lot of different things. And the reason why that happens is because of mass graves and skin and a bunch of different things that the earth absorbed, and a lot of different bugs that moved around and ate dead pieces. And the generation after that has literally a carrying disease. That's where it comes from. like literally where it comes from. So you get a mass pile of grave of dead bodies. Russia is probably not going to survive the next 10 years because of literally killing off a whole bunch of people and not realizing just because it's cold doesn't mean bugs don't exist. You know? It just means they lie dormant in the frozen cold, and their eggs lie dormant in the frozen cold, and then they get thawed out, and they're still alive sometimes. What the hell? Did he have a freaking extended clip? How the hell did he get it so fast? It's craziness. I need to go to the bathroom again. Because my bladder is full because I drank a bunch of energy drinks. Oh. Also, like, big guys, you know, parents don't understand. Parents just don't understand. Cool. I'm gonna go to the freaking thing so I can start practicing more about. But yeah, did he really think that we were gonna that the president would actually agree to anything that he said? On the second one, when he's not giving anything away? Like, what we were looking for is all the hostages just given back. And if they don't understand that he now has to talk to China to get back things that he gave them, and he can't do that anymore because China took them already. China took them, and they're not going to give them back. I know that, for example. Uh, And he's not going to be able to fund anything in Syria anymore either, because I know that's where the money's been going. Yep. Or Syria or Kabul or any of those places where all they need to do is just talk to somebody, and they got their freaking they got their little military or army that they're going to use to be able to cause a revolution, or to brainwash the people that are doing stuff. And it's like, you know what? If you take this little pill, you'll be able to run faster. It's like, yeah, it's, you know what's also that speed probably is the thing that they usually use to be able to make you run faster and not give a shit whether or not. And pain pills, probably a cocktail. So realize that before you sign up for a small milita, that you're going to get drugged, and they're going to drug you, and they're going to kill you probably afterwards as well. That's basically in America, the basically Call of Duty games, where people are like, Call of Duty games where like that dude, like your commander, basically stabs you in the face and you have to throw a knife at his eye or some shit. That's basically what happened with most militas whenever they're disbanded. Is they start getting murdered because one dude is getting hired by the same guy, and that guy is basically making a bunch of money on being able to sell all the stuff that he sold when he was doing stuff. You know, it's like. When he was like, when they were like, because this is where it came from. This is where it all comes from, man. Is like they just wanted to push little things, like say, oh, he's gonna push this thing on America and be like, they're finally getting in with the drugs, and they're finally doing stuff. It's just like, yeah, they are. They've been doing it the entire time. That's how they found it. They've been doing that the whole time. It's like saving up to be like, these guys need to know that they're not untouchable when it comes to this kind of shit. And that's the whole reason why the CIA can't work in the U.S. is because there would be no drug dealers if the CIA worked in the U.S. Like, there would be nothing. Like no crime, no nothing. But all those dudes that were like milita and crazy at the time, and not given chances to be like, hey, put your guns down because we're not here to hurt you. You know. You know, that's what they did. And they were like, well, we have to calm down because, I mean, a gang without a country is dead. That's what happens. Like, you don't have any friends overseas. Like, you could say you have friends overseas. You could say you're moving shit, but you don't have any friends overseas. Nobody really does, if you think about it, when as far as gangs go. And Kim Jong Un is going to run into these same problems when he's deciding that he's going to sell the aid that he actually got in the first place, or he probably already did run into those problems. That you can say you have friends overseas, but they're going to do what they want, especially when it comes to that kind of stuff, because they're going to constantly want to prove to themselves that they're not being controlled by the man, or not being controlled by the person, or whoever, or something like that. And that's the way that shit moves, because it's not going to move any other way. People don't want it, and you have to convince them to want it, and then give them stuff to like. It's like that's the reason why I think our government is actually one of the best ones, because they didn't prosecute a lot of dudes because of the information they gave them. And it wasn't because of crooked cops or anything like that. It was because of experiments. Like, it was because of the things that people would do, and the ways that people would react. It didn't have anything to do with giving up dirty cops and stuff like that. They were gonna figure that shit out eventually, and then stop that shit for real. Like those dudes were gonna die. Like they wouldn't be in jail. They would be dead now. What's his name? Whitey Ford and a bunch of other dudes that sold drugs to promote the patriotism. And be like, yeah, these guys deserve a chance. God dang it. He had a better gun than I did. It's like you can say you're good at video games, but until you actually play this game and like actually get good at it, and then not like, and then stop playing it, then you can say you're good at video games. You know what's crazy about this? About the dudes that get $1 million credit lines is eventually they have to go back to their own country, like, because they've spent way too much money and maxed out all their credit cards. Because you can live up to a certain extent without helping people and without doing things like that, without helping anyone, and just max out all your stuff. But there's only so much money people can make without each other, and that's where all this is going to have to actually come to a head. Is people are going to have to start realizing that you can't just live your life alone. Like I can't, because I don't know, you know. But I do know. I do know that living your life alone and in solitude, criticizing everything around you, isn't real. But I also know that I know what I don't want. But also not making friends is like is a bad thing. Like, I mean, and I'm guilty of it too. Like, I'll think the worst in people sometimes, and my mind goes off on a tangent. Like, it does. My mind goes off, not on an actual tangent, but I'm like, it's like a paranoid tangent somehow. And, I don't know if racism came from, like, just crazy people, because, like, the real thing about stuff is, like, any interaction you have with another person, there's always a risk of them getting angry with you. Like, if you say something incomplete, or if you say something inconsistent, or if you say something stupid or dumb, like, I've said some stupid shit, like, completely stupid, like. But I've also realized that there's a lot of people out there that want to help, and if you don't realize that, it can seem kind of alone. You can seem kind of alone in what you're doing, but don't realize that if you're doing. But realize this: if you're doing stupid shit and you're trying to make some chick like you, because that's what I don't like doing. That's what I don't like doing. I don't like doing that. I like relating to people and making memes and making stuff, different things like that people can relate to. And eventually I'll probably be a meme god, you know? Meme god. You gotten it up. Except I won't have $1 billion like your boy from Tesla. I don't know why I put a 6x scope on a shotgun, but I'll be okay. So, realize this. Just because I say stuff about people or anything like that, or about people that I think are kind of not all the way there, realize that's only just my opinion. Like, I'm not saying this stuff to try to become more of a YouTuber or anything like that, but I think the more people look at it, the more they'll realize that I gotta get out of here. You're the marksman expert. That's tight. What? That dude. Oh, he's probably behind me. Yeah, he's probably behind me. Oh well. Awesome. So now I'm gonna go lay down because, alright, sleep, or I'm gonna go out, or I'm gonna go do something. Who knows? Something that involves something. She looks older. It doesn't look like a personal blog. It looks more like she's trying to sell me something. I'm gonna report it as spam because she's only got 12 pictures. You know? I don't just want to make money. I want to do something I love, and I want to help people. It's really easy to make money. It's really easy just to make money. And that's the problem people have, is do you just want to make money? Or do you think that the goods and services that you get for that money is worth more than the money itself? Or the gold you get from that money. Buying bullion. Working the markets. This is cool. Lundi Gras. Everybody is so drunk. Everybody is that's really great. I was so happy. Pour me another beer. Mardi Gras is amazing. I don't speak like this normally. I have a temporary speech impediment. They're all drunk. Who cares, right? They're not all drunk, but there's a hefty majority of people that are drinking. And when you do drink, realize, man, it's just like, you gotta be responsible too. You gotta put your kids to bed first, and then have your beers, because you don't want them drinking beers when they start off, because it'll ruin the experience for them. It'll ruin the entire experience for them. That doesn't mean you don't need to communicate about it or tell them that they should do it at a certain age because it's better off. You're not doing like stupid shit. And it's like, well, if you don't realize that you're 25 and 25 and 25, then that's when your brain... It's like, no, that's not everyone's brain. I mean, it's a hefty majority, but it's only because the hospitals say so. No, it's not because of that. It's only because, it's only because, it's only because that's the mean or average time when the brain stops developing. And people don't understand is your brain keeps on developing even though you do things. Like, it keeps developing. You don't get dead spots in your brain. You keep using it. It's just like you can use meth and then ruin your entire psyche. Son of a bitch. Shouldn't have went inside. Should have just waited and then went outside. Because he would have done it anyway. Or maybe he would have looked behind him. Who knows? I keep swiping in the wrong direction because I'm using my left hand to do this. Oh. You know what's also stupid? I don't believe that people always have your back. Like, that's one thing. I don't believe that everyone's always gonna look out for you and always gonna be there for you. Like, that's the reason why I spend time away from people, or I spend time away from things, because I know for a fact that I don't always want to experience their problems and not my own. I know for a fact that human behavior can lead to the stupidest shit that you can possibly ever imagine. Human behavior is dumb. We are dumb, like, by some standards, and that's the reason why Kim Jong-un can eat a bag of dicks, because he's not going to give us any of those hostages. He's not going to get any margaritas at the margarita party once this is all over, because I'm fucking done, son. Done caring about that shit. Done watching all that stuff, because what's the point? Like, you know, people are going to come up with some crazy reason because they watched a movie and saw somebody do something cool. I'm gonna quit now. I said I was gonna quit it, but I'm addicted to this because it's fun. It's like the graphics are terrible. So you know what's also terrible? Super Mario Bros. Right? And Korea actually made this, so I want to support it because it's cool and it's also fun to play. That's what I do. I don't want people to like me all the time because I know that my problems are worse than they could ever imagine. I know my problems are like, I don't want you to like me every day. You can like one video that I do. If you didn't like it and laugh at it, it's funny. It's hilarious. I know I'm stupid. You can laugh at that and have perfect 2020 perspective. mm. I gotta cut that parachute when I get close. got him. Man, I tried to pull it, and I'm used to pulling stuff when I shoot a paintball gun. Because there's a lax. Alright, I'm done. But realize that all these people, people, and then you are your own one-person bomb squad. No matter if anything that I make makes sense, you can diffuse situations that you think don't make sense. You can also understand that if you don't have the help you need, you can always get therapy. If you can't afford therapy, sometimes you can actually make your own. Realize this fact and understand that even though if you're not answering questions that you need to answer, or becoming the person that you really truly want to be, or seeing people do stuff and feeling envious or in any way, shape, or form, it's better for you to understand that you can't give away your emotions. You can't give away that choice. You can't give away that thing if you want to live, if you want to keep going, if you want to survive. I understand that. And PUBG is awesome. Even though I'm not great at it. But I'm okay. So, it's not a big deal. Bye.